Okay, in this project we're looking at Cubist architecture. So we're actually going to make some Cubist architectural models. So for this you're going to need some corrugated card or some card of some kind, a fairly big sheet, and some sheets to cut up to make some landscape. You can see here I've got a piece which is about approximately, if we use my ruler, 40 centimeters by 27 centimeters. It could be small, it could be bigger, depending on the size of the boxes we're going to make. And then what we're going to make is some structures using very simple cuboids. As I'm sure you've seen in the examples I've shown you in the videos that you've watched about Cubist architecture, the Cubist architecture is based on geometric forms. As we can see here, some examples. Geometric shapes, normally cuboids, but not always, but we're going to stick with cuboids. And then we can look at characteristics of the buildings a bit later on, asymmetrical, multiple forms and repetition. But to begin with, I'm going to go run through a few things about making your own Cubist architectural models and how to do that. Okay, so here you see we've got a finished model. I haven't taped these pieces together, but you can see if I kind of tilt it to one side that obviously they're three-dimensional structures. I'm obviously looking at it from above, but you can see that basically I've got three boxes here, which I'm going to show you how to make in just a second. Okay, for the equipment you're going to need some sellotape. You're going to need a glue stick. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a ruler. I've got a 30 centimeter ruler, but a shorter ruler is fine. And you're going to need a pair of scissors. So I've kept this fairly simple, very standard equipment: sellotape, glue stick, ruler, scissors, pencil. So you should all hopefully have those things to hand. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to run through this as though we can kind of reuse boxes that we found. So over the last couple of weeks or few weeks or so, I've been asking you to collect some packaging boxes, and that's all these are. Okay, we've got a soap box, a toothpaste box, and a tablet box. Okay, so we've got three boxes that are already kind of pre-made. The only thing I've done is I've turned them inside out. So let's go through that now. So very simply, we're going to take some boxes, some packaging boxes, and we're going to flatten them out, and then we're going to turn them inside out, because we don't want to see the graphics. We're not going to use paint. We're going to turn them inside out because obviously they're plain on the inside. Good architectural models usually plain, usually use white, grey, sometimes black maybe, sometimes wood, but most architectural models, or basic models, are not usually coloured. So we're going to stick to that principle here. So the first thing to do is get a box. Obviously, if you've not got any small boxes, you can do this with larger boxes. I'll show you an example here. So you can use larger boxes. It just might mean that you need to make a larger base, a larger landscape for that. So for these, obviously, smaller is probably a little bit better. But I'm also going to show you how to make your own nets later on as well. So very basically, what I'm going to do is just peel this apart. Don't worry too much if it rips. Open it out, and then I'm going to look for the join. The join is here, and very carefully I'm going to try and just prise that apart with my finger. Okay, and then there you go. You can flatten out the net. Okay, so this is how a box is made with a net. We're going to be looking at making our own nets in the next tutorial. For now, we're just going to use these ones. So obviously we can see that well, a cuboid, as we know, is made up of 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got top and the bottom. Got the 2 longer sides on this cuboid, and we've got the two ends as well. Okay, and as you know, cuboid, 6 faces to it, same as a cube, but obviously one face, the top and the bottom face, are rectangular on a cuboid. Okay, so that's what we're going to make. So out of this soapbox, what I'm going to do first of all is fold all of the tabs. Okay, so these are the tabs here which help the cuboid, the box, to stay together. There might be some bits you want to trim off, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so they're all folded, and obviously when you do this, you might have to, you know, really kind of crease it well with your fingers. Could use a ruler to do this. Okay, we could use a pencil and just rub it on the edge there. I'm not drawing on that, just rubbing on the edge, just to get a really nice crease in that on all of them. There we go. And then all I'm going to do now is tape that together. Okay, and I'm going to tape it so that all of the tabs, or most of the tab, go inside the box, not, as you can see here, not on the outside, but on the inside, so it's a little bit tidier. Got a little bit of a rip there, but I'm not too worried about that. Right, I need to find the end of the sellotape. Might be a good idea. Obviously, what I'm going to do is measure the tape against the tab that I'm going to put it on, and then bite it, and then get ready to use that tape. So what I'm going to do here, look, is just to make it a bit easier, I'm going to put the tape in place. You can see I've just put the tape in place there, ready. I'll get my fingers in either end like that, and I want to make sure that I'll get this really nice and straight, and then when I'm ready, just push that over the top like that. Now I'm not too worried about the tape showing. Okay, you could obviously try to tape it inside, but that's a little bit tricky. If you've got a glue gun, then you could use a heated glue gun, but obviously be careful, and that would obviously be the preferred way. We'd probably do this in school, but as we're all at home, we're doing this with sellotape. Okay, and then obviously what I need to do is tape up the ends, so some more sellotape. So you might just measure that against the edge. You might want to just bite some pieces off, or cut some pieces off, and stick them onto your table. I recommend obviously you get yourself sitting at the desk when you're doing this, get yourself a nice workspace so you're nice and comfortable. So I'm going to do this end first, okay, and I'm going to stick the straight, because there's a little, this tab here has a little kind of handle on it, so to open the box easier, I'm going to stick that on the inside. I'm going to hide that. Just going to hold it and then put some tape on over like so, just to stick that down. Now these soap boxes are a little bit waxy, so you might need more than one piece. So, but don't go too crazy with the sellotape. So I'm going to have a piece over the edge there. I'm going to put another piece over the edge here. Any bits of tape which stick out, get a pair of scissors, and just trim them off, so there's not tape sticking out everywhere. And you want a nice, you want to try and get a nice neat job on that. So I'm just going to hold that in place there. I get some tape and just tape that over one side like so. I'm going to turn it round, then I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to do one side and then the other. And there we go, there's a little bit of a gap there, so I'm going to actually put some tape over that just to patch that up. Okay. Just trying to keep the end of the sellotape open, so I'm just going to put that over the top edge like so. Okay, I'm just going to give it a bit of a rub on my surface there, just a table surface, and there we have it. So we've got a nice plain kind of surface now, this grey kind of surface. Some cards white, some cards grey, but you know, that's one of our building blocks for our building. Okay, so repeat that with some other boxes. You can see there's a cereal box here, so I'll just do one more. So again, folding all the pieces, all the tabs and all the pieces of the net over. Again, we've got the main faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 ends. In fact, I think this might have an end missing to it. I might need to patch that up. I'll show you how to do that. That's fine. So get some tape again. I'm going to pull the tape out, and with my thumb I'm going to mark out the length of the tape that I need. Again, I'm going to stick the tape on the end first, kind of halfway, overlapping it halfway. Look, some of the tape sticks out, and then get my in place. I'll put kind of pinching it with my fingers either end, and then just folding it over there with my hand. This card's a bit nicer. The soapbox card is a little bit waxy, so it's a little trickier to stick. So I'm just getting some tape ready on the edge of my table. Fold that over again. Yeah, so it sticks a lot nicer than the soapbox. Okay, there's one end and there's the other. Now this end obviously is open. So what I'm going to do with that is with a spare piece of card. Okay, so hopefully you will have collected. Hopefully you will have collected lots of pieces of card. It doesn't really matter whether there's a different colour. So there's from a pizza box there. All I'm going to do is just put that near on a corner, a straight edge. So there, like that. Look, so I'm putting it in the corner. There's the 90-degree corner. Put that in the corner. Stand the box up and then just draw around it with my pencil. Okay, so you can see that I've got the shape of the end of the box. Cut it with a pair of scissors. Obviously be careful when you're using scissors. Okay, you need your scissors to be nice and sharp. And obviously I'm just going to patch that up in the end. If you've got the same coloured card, that would probably be better. But if you haven't, that's fine as well. Again, it might be an idea just to stick the tape on first. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in place. And then I'll just fold that tape over the edge there. There we go. I'm going to do the same here at the top. Here we go. Bit of tape sticking out on the end. Just trim that off. Helps if your scissors are sharp. Just be careful with your fingers. Okay, and there you go. I could tape the end up there as well, I suppose. Okay, so I'm just going to break my tape down into a smaller piece. Patch that end, and then patch this end. The same. And there you go. So I've got another piece here. Okay, so I would aim to make, well, as many pieces as you can. I've got another tablet box here. I've got another soap box here as well. So I've got quite a few that I've collected. Hopefully you have too. And obviously then these become your building blocks, basically, for your Cubist architectural structure. And obviously, because you've got a few different shapes, you can play around with different combinations, different configurations, different layouts. Okay, so that's the first stage, is to kind of make, get yourself some boxes, turn them inside out, and kind of make your building blocks for your building. If you've got larger pieces of card, I will show you how to make your own nets in another video. But that's stage one. So stage one is to create some building blocks out of found packaging.